By working alongside the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee, donors can make more possible right here at home. The Community Foundation's expert team connects individuals to organizations that make a difference on issues of concern for Middle Tennesseans and connect donors to a network of like-minded contributors invested in the community. This holiday season, make more possible through the power of community giving. Learn more at cfmt.org.
Welcome back to another episode of Nashville Scene Podcast, and I'm back for this episode.
Oh,
you know, as your co-host Jerome Moore, and we got my good old buddy, my co-pilot. He's back.
That's right.
He's healthy.
I was out of pocket for a week, but we're back at it. I'm feeling great.
It's good to have you. I missed you, man. I shed a
Buddy,
tear.
missed
Did
you
you
too.
see that?
Yeah, I did. I feel like 60% of Nashville was sick that week, and I was one of them. But yeah, we're back, and we have a very special guest today. We're talking about this week's issue, which is our Country Music Almanac, which features our critics poll of what they think is up and coming in country music, interviews with a few artists, including our guest today, Saaneah. Hello, Saaneah.
Greetings and salutations, peace and love to all the beautiful souls of the universe.
Nashville natives.
Nashville natives.
North side,
Yeah, we gotta make that clear.
We heard that feedback.
Let's be clear. North side pride.
That's right. North Nashville native.
North Nashville native.
NSA alum, TSU alum.
Yes.
Right.
Grand Ole Opry alum.
So, Grand Ole Opry, I want to get right into that, actually. So, you spoke with our writer, Margaret Littman, for this issue.
Yes.
And, you talked a little bit about, obviously you made your Opry debut.
Yes.
You were featured on Alice Randall's My Black Country. Yes. You're in our Country Music Almanac. Are you comfortable being sort of a part of the country universe? I mean, I know you weren't always you didn't think of yourself as a country artist necessarily, right?
Yeah, I'm from Music City, so country has surrounded my whole entire upbringing. Mm-hmm. And so I've always looked at myself as a fusion of genre. Mm-hmm. And so I've always loved country. I just didn't see me in country. Mm-hmm. I sung plenty of country, though. I was at, Dolly, Patsy. Shania Twain was really somebody that really spoke to me because she was doing country with an intention and a mission of like women empowerment.
Yes.
She talked about the best thing about being a woman, honey. And I'm just like, yes, I want to do that, and the storytelling really captured me. But also R&B has also been a major influence in my life. And so, this moment of country just came at the right time because I was experiencing a moment in my life where this song "Get the Hell Out of Dodge" really was reflective of my current experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the song that you sang on, the Alice Randall song that was on My Black Country, right?
That's right.
Probably a cool experience, right? Getting to do that.
Oh man, it's I can't even tell you how ironic and just how much it sparked life into me to be able to do this song, because I had been through so much. I went through the tornado in 2020 and we lost half of our home, and I was displaced for a long time. I was displaced when I actually recorded this song.
Really?
I was in my car
Oh man.
when I got the call to do the song. And so now
you were singing like rent was due type.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I was living in escapism.
Yeah.
Like trying to find my way as an independent artist and really trying to level up in my career so that I could sustain just necessity living, like having the bare necessities through music. And I was determined to, despite the challenges, despite what people thought I should do as an artist, I was determined to let music be the gift that brought the freedom of doing what I love every day and also being able to live. So you just have to go through those things, and Get the Hell Out of Dodge was that spark. And my purpose in singing is continuing the legacy of our elders, continuing the legacy of our ancestors that sacrificed so much to afford us the opportunity to do what we love on stages in an equal, harmonious way. Mm-hmm. And so I was thrilled. I'm just like, the challenges, they push you to your passion sometimes. Yeah. And so Get the Hell Out of Dodge, I was getting the hell out of Dodge in a lot of ways.
Metaphorically,
relationships. Like I had to let a lot of stuff go, and it was just part of it. And so Ebony Smith was someone that a stranger introduced me to, which is a producer she's been at Atlantic Records for a long time. I had no idea, but somebody at the Garden Brunch Cafe on Jefferson Street was like, hey, you're a singer. The owners at that at the Garden Brunch Cafe were like, she's amazing. She's been on American Idol. She's the first black curvy model for American Eagle, and she's singing. She put out her first R&B record, While You Wait. She's done all these beautiful things, and she just needs some more, support. And so she was like, you should find Ebony Smith. And I just followed her. And then during the pandemic, we were just kind of back and forth sharing music, and eventually she was like, I'm gonna find something for you. And it ended up being Get the Hell Out of Dodge.
Which is such a big opportunity. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You told Margaret a great story that she put in the article for us about what turned you on to singing when you were real little. And it's a show that I also loved when I was real little. Martin.
Yes. Martin.
Yeah, a classic. I never would have thought something from that show would inspire somebody to be a singer, but how did that go?
Wow. Okay, so Tashina Arnold, who is Pam on Martin, it was I was in my great-grandmother's house in Northside, Nashville, on Jackson Street, and just a young kid watching the show. It was a rerun, and it was a Christmas special. Okay. And so Pam started singing Silent Night, Holy Night. And she had this soulful, it was just
and that's
her
the
way.
episode when the dude was from the thread and the bomb thread.
I love that we all watched Martin.
He was like, the bomb thread.
The bomb thread episode.
Yeah. So it was something about the way that she made that her song that I was like, I want to do that. Like, and I tried it, and my great grandmother heard it, and then she was like, whoa, like, you got a voice. When I tried it, I literally just tried to mimic her. It was something about Silent Night. And the Lord said, here you go. God was like, here you go. This is what you're supposed to do for the rest of your life. Yeah. And when my great grandmama got hold of it, mind you, I grew up in Northside Nashville. My first standing ovation was at Gordon Memorial Methodist Church on Herman Street over there by Pearl. Yeah. And so she took me straight to choir.
Yeah.
I was straight in the
How
choir.
young were you when you were doing this?
I was like 6.
Real little.
That's when that's when I was watching it. I was 6 when I was watching the episode rerun. And so, but before then, I had always been a quiet but extrovert when it came to entertainment. So like at my granny's new house, I would take a little paper towel, it was a toilet paper roll, and I would get on the fireplace and I would just be singing.
That's your stage.
Yeah, that was my stage. And I would say hallelujah. Yeah. So I say hallelujah a lot now because I'm always trying to give glory to God.
I noticed that when you got in here. Hallelujah. I like it.
You gotta praise the Creator at all times, Shavin.
It was the heavenly environment that we created.
It's really, with the
halo.
The velvet couch, honey, it's just plush. I live for plushness, okay?
So I want to being from here. We kind of talked about this our last 2 episodes ago when it comes to Music City, talking about country music specifically. And I know for myself, growing up in North Nashville, the country genre as a city, we know that's a staple, but I don't have true proximity to it from an artist standpoint. Don't see many people that look like me doing it.
Exactly.
How do you navigate that, being somebody that's from here and can relate to not seeing yourself in country music, but now thriving in it? And do you get that support from people that look like you that have also experienced that same thing from a consumership? Even though we know our historical input and touch on country music, right, sure, down to the banjo, but that's still a genre that we say you know, right. I don't know if we're welcomed.
That's a true statement. I feel that, we the root of music in so many ways. And that's why I love Alice Randall, because she's really telling the roots and truth of music in Music City, the country side of it. And D4 Bailey, Charlie Pride, Linda Martell, they've been there. Ray Charles, we've been doing country music. It's nothing new. But I will say the hesitance in doing country it's because I wasn't seen. I'm definitely a sprinkle in the cupcake of country, okay?
Right.
Okay.
You got sprinkle energy.
I'm a little
for sure.
sprinkle, but I'm a
big sprinkle.
I'm a
That's
magnet. Like you said, I'm a thriving sprinkle. And when it comes to light, can't nobody just, be apprehensive or reject light when it's so real.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what happened when I hit the Grand Ole Opry stage. A lot of people was like, they gonna be, they might be a little quiet and they might not receive it. I'm like, I'm not coming with that. Like, I'm coming with love, peace, and light, and a love for a message that is so true and foundational in the existence of us as Black people, and just in general as a woman who is telling a story from another woman, Alice Randall, who had a real experience. And like, even when she first moved here, like, she wasn't really getting all the love, but she wrote a top hit song as a Black woman, like Trisha Yearwood, X's and O's, like 2 weeks on the Billboard, top Billboard charts, #1. Like, that's amazing. So it definitely was challenging. And I will say, I don't know what it is about this particular song. It could just be my energy and what I bring to the table. And it's like, I bring spirit to the table. And so all them things that you may feel about what country is supposed to be and look like is going to go away with me. And that's essentially what happened and what is happening.
Yeah.
And so I made it a point to be undeniable in any music I decide to sing. Yeah. Because I sing it with authenticity, and I sing it with the understanding of the history of it. Yeah. And if I'm not giving a chill, then you ain't gonna feel it. So it's like, so that's kind of like, it was a struggle, And I won't say, I don't know. I be in a bubble. I ain't gonna hold you. I live like ecstasy.
But no, but like what I had to do for my own kind of psyche is understand the historical part and like and make myself feel welcome and
That's
not like
true.
let that be an excuse not to listen to it. And then you get like the Black Opry or Holly G and the Kentucky Gentleman and the Calvin Cowboy Calvin and all of those folks that are here that you connect with and be like, dang, okay, this is amazing music, but like I'm okay. I give myself permission to be a part of this.
For sure.
So,
it's ours.
Yeah.
Like, music is the ladder to the soul, and it's universal. And so, when rock came about, rock came about and everybody was a wop, bop, and wop, wop, like, you know what I'm saying? It was uncanny. People was like, oh no, but they tapped into it and they started moving their bodies.
Right.
Some things are just undeniable, and that's why I said that's the beauty and the spirit of music, because when you look outside the color spectrum, it's like, it's a vibration.
You saying you undeniable? That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you saying I'm undeniable. It's undeniable right here.
That was my goal. Like, I love country music, and I'm excited to put out a country album. I'm excited to really do whatever I want. Like, there are no limits to music when you're invested in being the best and the master of your craft. I went to the Tennessee State University, and I studied music of all genres. I'm classically trained. I do jazz. I did Broadway. I was in the Showstoppers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just ready to be the Black Taylor Swift of the world.
Okay. Set that bar pretty high. I like that.
That's, and I have some amazing grandmothers who stuck by me. They're just my cheerleaders, and Alice has been a spark of just joy. Because, there was a time where I was kind of losing it. Like, I was like, Lord, what am I supposed to be doing? I haven't, I've had some beautiful successes, but what's next for me? Like, what other audiences am I here to touch? And, the country music audience embraced me in a way that is so beautiful. I mean, everywhere I went in that Grand Ole Opry space, child, after I couldn't go nowhere because they was just sitting there clapping and just so thrilled by the experience. I sung not one, not two, but 3 songs.
Yeah.
Off of the My Black Country album. And I'm just grateful to be a part of just all these other amazing artists that are, Sister Strings is on there, and so many other amazing people that's Grammy nominated, and so I'm here for the ride. Like, I'm riding the horses. I'm really a country girl. Like, you can't you can't separate somebody that's born and raised in Music City from country.
Right.
You can't separate them from soul. You got Jefferson Street. Like Jefferson Street used to be a mecca of music for Black people. Like James Brown was on that mug.
Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi
Shout
Hendrix
out to
lived around
Lorenzo Washington with the Jefferson Street Sound
Museum.
Sound Museum.
Etta James recorded a record up on Jefferson.
Etta James, yes. It was Etta James Rocks the House.
That's right. Yeah.
And she also went to TSU for a little
That's
second.
right. Look at that. It all comes back around.
So, what's so crazy is like out of nowhere, because I love serving my elders, like I was the executive director of Jefferson Street Sound Museum, trying to highlight the message of the roots and the truth of Music City. Like he calls music, like Jefferson Street, the original Music Row, because it was all these clubs and all these legendary artists were building their careers. I actually started my first band I ever sung in that came out of high school was New Age Sound, and we performed on Jefferson Street at this place called Kijiji Coffee House, and that was my first stage. So now it's like I'm continuing the legacy of my ancestors. And now I'm honoring D4 Bailey because he actually grew up in Northside. And, you know, he's one of the first superstars in that circle. And so it's just cool to see all this legacy just collide together. And I continue to create this world and highlight them as I tap into this beautiful form of music.
Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee transforms thoughtful generosity into lasting positive change, connecting donors with nonprofits to build a thriving, inclusive Nashville. As a trusted partner and convener, CFMT helps caring residents make a meaningful impact today and for generations to come.
Learn more at cfmt.org.
And it's great to really understand how rich the history of music in North Nashville is, because so many people from the outside, whether intentionally or not, look at Music Row and look at sort of like, you know, Chet Atkins and that part of Music City history. Parallel to that, all of these incredible artists were playing in North Nashville, and it wasn't obviously getting the mainstream attention that white country music was.
Right.
But now I think that there's a lot more with, you know, Mickey Guyton and Brittany Spencer and, you know, Shabuzi and all these people being like, okay, back tapping into the mainstream. Some people are acting like, black artists are now a part of country. It's like, no, they were there at the top. It's just that maybe they're getting that little piece of the circle, like you said, you know, that they weren't before.
And shout out to Mickey because that's my sister girlfriend. Like, she really was essential, especially after American Eagle, and just helping me to navigate being a global just entity in the world and just how to like expand that. And she also was she was the spark of this whole awareness of black artists, and she brought us with her.
Lifted
like,
everybody up with
she's
her.
like, here we are, you know, this is what she's been on it. Like, her voice is so immaculate. Like, she's been on that ride for so long, and she's really a brilliant soul and just someone that really showcase that tenacity that I talk about. And so she's just such an inspiration.
I got to see her sing last night. She was at the Ringo Starr show at the Rhyming brought her out. She did a song.
Alice was there.
I should have been like,
come to the show. You
come do the podcast. Yeah.
Come on.
No, for real. For real.
She's amazing. I mean, talk about, and the War and Treaty did a song too, they're also just incredible vocalists, and it's so cool to see them on the Opry stage.
Was it Opry?
Well, it was
or
the
Ryman?
Ryman stage.
Yeah,
Ryman
okay,
stage,
okay.
former home of the Opry now.
Right.
But you have been on the current Opry stage.
Yes.
Was that like a pinch me moment where you just like, okay, I can't believe I'm here? Or were you like, no, this is where I'm destined to be. It feels right. Or a little bit of both?
It was a little bit of both. Like, when the album dropped April 12th last year, 2024, the first thing I did was Alice Randall had a release party at Soho, and I performed there. And then after that, I was just like, okay, what am I going to do with this moment? And I just kind of wrote. I have a tendency to write down what the vision God has for me to do with these important songs. And so I wrote down, what stages have I not dominated? What stage must I dominate? And it was, so I wrote down I wanted to go to the Country Music Hall of Fame. I wanted to do the CMA Awards, and I wanted to do the Grand Ole Opry. Now, I didn't know when, but I just knew that was my intention.
You knew the venue.
Yeah, I was like, what stage have I not been on in my city? And so I wrote that down after I performed, and just started building, awareness, show up, telling people about my Black country, and the reimagining of these songs that were all sung by white people. But she was like, I'm a Black woman. This is from my story, and I want Black women in country to sing these songs from a Black woman perspective. And Ebony came in and really just did her due diligence. Mind you, one of the songs off of the album is nominated for a Grammy. Just want to throw that in there for I believe it's Best Roots Performance with Rihanna Giddens song.
Oh, that's right.
And I mean, okay, so circling to the moment I got the call, it was the week of a Monday. I performed on the Grand Ole Opry stage. I believe it was September 20th on a Friday. And I got the call on Monday from the VP marketer at the label that My Black Country was put out. Shout out to Old Boy Records. What's up, y'all? I'm not on the label, but, those my people.
Right.
I'm still independent. Hallelujah. Help me, Lord.
Independent
Anybody out there? Anybody want to invest? Leave. But yeah, so I was laying down in my Granny Sue house. She was like, girl, you need to go send emails out to all these people so you can tell your story and tell them about what you've been doing. And I did that. And then I was laying down and she called me. She was like, hey, do you want to perform at the Grand Ole Opry?
No big deal.
Yeah. Like, of course. And so then she was like, okay, well, we're thinking about this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay, well, we can like mash up some things, like create some moments. And I blended some of the song Rent for a Ride with Get the Hell Out of Dodge. And then me and Reese Palmer closed out with Trisha Yearwood's X's and O's. But I called one of my friends who's a stylist, and it was like, girl, I'm about to be on the Grand Ole Opry stage. Like, girl, this is on the TV. Like, I need to make this a big, this I'm about to be goated, because it's not that I didn't have to bring my band. This is the Grand Ole Opry band.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
When you in a circle with the Grand Ole Opry band, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, of course. Yeah. I mean, I asked for more. So, I got there. I had my friend Tom with me. My friend Cam was with me. And I got there. I was like, wow, this is real. I've seen this. What I was studying was all the other people's debuts. And I was watching them at one point. And I was just imagining myself. I was like, this will be me soon. And then it was there in September, which was like right after my birthday. I'm a Virgo. Shout out to Virgos. Everywhere. We're the best. But yeah, we were literally... I came there and I was just full of life. I got there early. Hallelujah, child. Okay. And we had a rehearsal. Everybody was so sweet. Everybody on the team at the Grand Ole Opry is full of sweetness and kindness. So grateful for that, because I am nervous, right? Mm-hmm. The butterflies are growing and blooming. And then we get to the stage and I meet the music director, and everybody was just like, we're so happy to have you. And I'm just here with full of pizzazz. I'm like, oh my God, I am here. And I'm like looking at all of these things. Like, I graduated in this space, but it's, I graduated from NSA at this place, but this is a whole new world. Like, it's a full circle moment, because now I'm here performing a country song on this circle where my ancestors were D4 Bailey was, and Charlie Pride. And
3 songs.
3 songs. Not one.
Not one, not 2, but 3.
3 on the 3rd day. Hallelujah. But yeah, so I was like nervous and excited, but Alice was back there working on, so many different, she was working on what she was going to say. She was like, girl, I'm going to introduce you. And we were just sitting there, it was just a wait, and then we did sound check, went through everything with Reese, and I orchestrated it with the background singers. And then next thing you know, it was about that time. I think I went on around 8 or so. And so now it was just like, okay, it's game time. Like, I'm like, ooh, can I get a little shot of whiskey?
It's a little bit.
Is a little Uncle Nearest anywhere? I would love to be the first artist to be endorsed by them, by the way.
Just like manifest it all.
Manifest it all.
How you doing, Queen Weaver? We love you, fine. But yes, a little Uncle Nearest. And so my friend got me a little Uncle Nearest, just a little swig, nothing major, and not a full shot, just a little swallow.
I should have brought some before the podcast because I'm a fan too.
Uncle Nearest, you can always sponsor.
Oh, that's a good call. Hey,
always sponsor the podcast.
I'll have to tag him.
We love you. We love what you're doing. Like, it's amazing to have, her be so powerful in that amazing liquid. But yes, so I had a little swig, and then I got back there, and it was like we're all shaking, we're all just like excited, and now there's like almost 4,000 people. It was like empty, and now it's 4,000 people almost in there, and just waiting on the sprinkle of the cupcake and country, because I was definitely a sprinkle child. It was me, Reese Palmer, and Alice Randall, and we was the sprinkles up there, child. It was about 12 performers, okay? And so I was like, wow, this is what I'm meant for, and I'm so excited. I started doing my, all those things.
Vocal exercises.
And finally we got to the backstage, and oh my gosh, the host, he researched me. He knew one of my R&B situations, Collide-Me. He was like, I like that Collide-Me. I was like,
they're pro over there, man.
I said, friend, you better know who I am. And so I was talking to everybody, and I was just sitting there, just kind of pacing, and I was in there in the dark. And then one of the people in the back was like, hey, go have fun. I was like, oh, yeah.
That's what it's about, right? Almost forgot.
Yeah, I was like,
you're right.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. So he was like, just have fun out there. You got it. And I will never forget that man with that long burly beard, and he had his skull cap on. That was my friend. I can't remember his name, but
don't know you.
We'll find it. We'll find him.
He literally just everything came. I was okay. I was like, have fun.
That's right.
And then he said my name, and I walked out there like I was on the runway, and all those people just started immediately clapping. I didn't sing a lick before they started clapping. I said, Lord, they had me up here scared for nothing.
You could have turned back around.
All right.
Yeah.
I came out there. I swear I was on the runway. I was like, American Eagle, here I am. Now I'm about to sing this country song. Get the hell out of Dodge. And so, once I got up there, I had these sequin, pink, black, flower, floral, bell bottoms. I had my little puffy things
you
on.
dripped out.
My sparkle cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Child, I was ready.
Yeah.
I said, this is for my ancestors.
Like you were born ready.
And then I said, has anybody ever had to get the hell out of Dodge? I was like, is anybody at your job ever made you feel like, you know what, this is not a situation I need to be a part of? And I was like, well, this is a song for you. And then I was just, the band started, bum, 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 bum. Amazing. You believe it on my mind, love. I'm gonna fly.
Then you did your thing.
Have her reenact it right here. Let's
Well, y'all gotta go watch it on my YouTube.
We will. Hey, I'll link to it when we post this.
For sure.
It was exciting to see you up there, and I'm glad it was the first thing that manifested.
You watched it?
Yeah. I had to watch it before.
You saw
of course,
it,
come on. Yeah. So I hope that the next one's come soon. Where else you said you want to be Country Music Hall of Fame?
Yeah, so I did the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did that in June, I believe. And then I also performed on Belcourt Theater.
Oh.
Okay.
The Country Music Hall of Fame was absolutely beautiful. And I got me a membership, honey, after that.
Look
I
at
was
that.
like, forever. So if y'all want to go.
Okay. Bring
Jerome, you want to go?
Well,
Jerome.
we can't wait to see what else you do, Saaneah. And it's we're very grateful to have you as part of the Country Music Almanac, because we like to have the okay, here's a rising star. Well, she'll still talk to us. Let's get her let's get her on the phone while she still will. So thank you for joining us, and
I'm living out my Dolly Parton and Aretha Franklin dreams right now.
There you go.
And I'm just so grateful to you all for just hearing me and reach out, because again, I am every hat on my team except for God. God is my label. And also I'm just so grateful for all the supporters, like my grandmothers and my family and my friends and people like you that just decide to choose us, to share our stories. I told myself that this is the year of me telling my testimony. I don't feel like I ever get to do that. I'm always presenting the product, and this time I really want to start to share my story and what it takes to really reach these unimaginable moments.
Yeah.
And so I encourage all the independent artists out there, any dreamer out there, to know that every moment that you're alive is a chance for you to thrive. Even despite the intensity of any challenge, you have that possibility to go for your dreams.
And this is a moment for anybody that's listening or watching that's from Nashville, that went to a Nashville public school. Like, support, like, this is what Nashville pride come in.
Yes,
like,
for real.
support somebody that is from here, born and raised, made and produced and all of those things. And like, and she's making big waves in motion in the city in a industry where you don't really see that a lot.
No.
And so, especially for, or you don't see it supported or amplified.
Nah,
right?
for real.
And so,
That's
like,
true.
this is an opportunity for us to do that.
Nah, for
And
real.
so, and I'm real biased. When it comes to Nashvillians, I'm real biased on the native part.
If you're going to be biased towards something.
Yeah, I'm going to be biased. So support, like, subscribe, all that, like, what she got going on, and show for the shows and all
We'll
that.
link to all your socials and point people towards
That's
your
right.
music. We'll link to the Opry performance. And thanks for joining us, Saaneah.
SAANEAH.
Beautiful. All right.
Peace,
like and
y'all.
subscribe.
Thank
Like,
y'all.
subscribe, all that
Yep,
stuff.
all that. And listen, download the album, all that.
All of it.
All the above.
All the above.
I love y'all.